Today we are going to see about this water wave transformer. What do you understand by this water wave transformer? Now, this water wave transformer, what happens? It is nothing but a section of transmission line only. It is not a transformer but a section of transmission line whose length is lambda by 4 and it has got some characteristic impedance, say Z1. But why do we need this quarter wave transformer and how do we calculate the value of the characteristic impedance Z1 of this quarter wave line? Let us explore the reason. Now, we know that if we have a transmission line whose characteristic impedance is Z0 and it is terminated by load ZL, it is terminated by load ZL, and if Z0 is, and here I am having a source. Now, if ZL is not equal to Z0, then what will happen is there is impedance mismatch, and the wave that is traveling from source to load, due to impedance mismatch, some signal will be reflected back. And we also saw that when ZL becomes equal to Z0, then this condition represents completely matched condition, because if you take ZL equal to Z0 and if you take any portion of a transmission line, you consider any portion of a transmission lines, and if you find out its input impedance at this point, suppose we are finding the input impedance, then it this input impedance will come out to be equal to Z0. Okay, we have the general expression of ZIN. In that general expression of ZIN, just put ZIN, just put ZL equal to Z0 and we will get the expression of ZIN to be equal to Z0. So when the signal is traveling and when it comes to this plane, it sees an impedance Z0 behind, and in front it sees an input impedance of Z0. Now this is true for at any plane on transmission line. Even if you see at this position, then also this condition will hold, ZIN equal to Z0. If you see this plane, then also ZIN equal to Z0. So this indicates a completely matched condition. Now, now this condition ZL equal to Z0, it is a very strict requirement. We may not always have such a strict condition. So ZL is generally not equal to Z0, but still we want that ZIN should be equal to Z0. How this is possible? This is possible only if, only what we do is, at between the transmission line which is having this characteristic impedance Z0, I will break this connection. What I will do is, point at this point I will connect another transmission line. That means another a section of, in between I will connect a section of transmission line like this. Suppose here I will connect a transmission line in between, this blue color. Now this transmission line that I have connected in between, this transmission line is different from the main transmission line. This transmission line is having characteristic impedance of Z1. The main transmission line is having characteristic impedance Z0 and this line is having characteristic impedance of Z1. So even if in general ZL is not equal to Z0 and this Z1 I have introduced whose length is lambda by 4. This length I am considering, this length of the section that I have added is lambda by 4. So what I will do now is that first I want to find out what is the input in this section. This section of transmission line ends here, which I've added. So I will find out that the input impedance, what is the input impedance at the input of this new section that I have added. So now we know that the input impedance of a transmission line here is given by the formula. We have the formula that is Zin equal to Z0. Okay, I am writing with mouse, so it is a little difficult. So Zin equal to Z0. So the general equation of this input impedance of a transmission line here at this dot line here, this is the extra section that has been added. Now this input impedance, if we find out, the characteristic impedance of this section is Z1 and the load is ZL. So input impedance will be written by this formula, tan beta L. Here this L is the lambda by 4 distance from the load end. So beta L, this beta L, how we can write? Beta L I can write as beta is 2 pi by lambda and this L is lambda by 4. So it comes pi by 2. Now tan beta, so beta L is pi by 2. So tan pi by 2 is infinite, means very large. That means this term, this, so if we see this term becomes very high. This term also becomes very high. So compared to this term can be neglected. This ZL can be neglected and this term can also be neglected. So we will get JZ1 tan beta L and JZL tan beta L. So again tan beta L will cancel. So I will get Z1 square by ZL. So this expression we will obtain. Now once we get this expression, then so Zin is this. Now for impedance matching, we always want that this Zin, this Zin should be equal to Z0 because for the remaining section of transmission line, the characteristic impedance is Z0. So my input impedance should also be equal to Z0. So my input impedance should also be equal to Z0. So if we do like this, Z1, the characteristic impedance of the quarter wave section line that we added, its characteristic impedance is given by this expression root over Z0 ZL. So if we can add a section of transmission line whose characteristic impedance is this given by this expression and whose length is lambda by 4, then the input impedance can be made equal to Z0 and impedance matching can be achieved even though ZL is not equal to Z0. So this is the advantage. However, the length of the quarter wave line will remain lambda by 4 only at one particular frequency. This is the drawback. At any other frequency, it will not remain lambda by 4. So it provides very narrow band matching only at one frequency. Another drawback is that the it is matched up to this only. ZIN becomes equal to Z0 only up to this plane. But from here to here there are mismatches. That means from here to here there will be standing wave. Here there will be standing wave. Only up till here it will have the matching. Okay, so that is all about quarter. So why it is called quarter? So why the name quarter wave? Quarter wave because the length is lambda by 4. And why it is called transformer? Because of this input impedance is at the input of this quarter wave section is inversely proportional to ZL transformer. So it transforms, it reverses the impedance. Okay. So from this what I can say that the input impedance is directly proportional to 1 by ZL. It is directly proportional to 1 by ZL. It is in 1 by ZL. It is inverted. So transform or an inverter. It is also called quarter wave inverter.